And here comes Tony Pedregon and Jeff Arend. Here we're talking 11th and 10th in the points coming into this event.
Guys, we got to tip our cap to Tony Pedregon and his daughter Cecily. Remember back in Norwalk, they decided to put together a Smile Train fundraiser to try to raise funds to help children with cleft palates, cleft lips, those kinds of issues. Well, through the donations from all the racers and the auction that ensued, they raised $21,400. And you combine that with the doctor's services that they provide, they have made it possible for 85 kids to have those abnormalities fixed up. So tip of the cap to those guys for that effort.
No, absolutely. Hey, let's talk about Jeff Arend for just a minute. He currently sits 10th in the qualifying order, and we want to look at his 08-09 year compared to 2010.
We're talking 31 events compared to 13. Round wins, he already has more than those previous two seasons with 9. 2 finals. Doesn't have a win. He did get a win in Memphis last season, but this car's definitely made a major improvement this year. Very consistent, well, not very consistent, but much more consistent than it was, and on the verge of being able to win a race at any time, I think.
So Arend and Tony Pedregon, a battle in the points fight. They hold while they adjust the wheelie bar. It's set to go.
Hey, Cruz Pedregon with a 4:22 elapsed time, I'm sure is nothing better than his brother Tony would love to come close to that time. As you look at Connie Coletta, looking at his race car and his driver Jeff Arend to see what he's going to be able to do in these conditions.
Well, it's Arend that actually gets down there with a 4:44. It's a 5:87. Doesn't matter at all for Tony Pedregon, and it doesn't change anything for either one of them. Jeff Arend remains 10th, Tony Pedregon in 14th, both in the bottom half of the field. Let's go to the top end. Gary Gerald has Tim Wilkerson.
Tim Wilkerson, and coming off, as you mentioned just a few moments ago, finals performances the last 2 events. Has your team turned a significant corner here just past the midpoint of the season?
Well, I don't know. We're just trying to, figure out how to run our car, really, Gary. We've had some good weekends the last couple, and this place is really throwing me for a curveball. I'm having a hard time keeping up in the middle of this racetrack. Obviously, I have more power than I know what to do with because I'm spinning the tires out there, but we'll get her fixed. I'll work on it tonight and get her stared at, and hopefully I can get the Levi Rand shop Ford fixed up, and we can go some more rounds. We need to keep our momentum up. We're solidly in the top 10, I think, but we can't let, we just don't want to lose this great momentum we have going right now, so thank you.
Yeah, we're going to see you tomorrow morning on the race day set, too.
Yeah,
wish you well.
That'll be fun. We always have a good time with Mike. And who's the other guy?
I think his name is Dave.
That's right, the Dave guy.
Speaking of Dave, let's go to him right now.
Yes, we will be there on race day tomorrow. And, boy, how about Jim Oberhofer, the dulcet steps. God, he's so good with that ballroom dancing. Well, I'm with his brother, John Oberhofer, now. And you ever thought about picking up something like that, maybe trying to change your karma like Jim-O did with Doug and being #1 this weekend?
I told my brother and my wife and kids that I'll start dancing when I shoot 70s in the golfing, so I took some lessons. I got about an 89 was my best so far, so I got a little ways to go.
How much grief are you giving him?
You talk about karma, no bad karma. I don't give him any grief about that. He loves that, so I respect that, so that's cool.
Probably a good move. We're enjoying this chase for 10th.
Yeah, plus I don't want to get into a fight with him.
No, that's probably a good idea.
Remember, send your letters in. He's got to be on Dancing with the Stars.